Chapter 6. A New Beginning. This is the second time. I don't want any of this again. So many lives lost. All because of the Ninetales. Huh? Who was that? Am I going crazy or something? Not yet. I was trying my best to not have an outrage when everyone's bowing their heads in silence. Then I remembered. Are you the nine-tailed fox? I asked a mysterious voice. You're a smart little brat, aren't you? It said. Should have known. I looked at the monument. At the bottom of it, there was Naruto. Sleeping, and so worry-free. Everyone began to disperse, leaving me on the same spot. What am I going to do now? A medic ninja named Shidai Yuri was taking care of Naruto, bringing him back to the hospital. At least they actually have the heart to do that. What's happening to me? What's happening to me? Someone grabbed my shoulder. I turned around to see Shisui-kun smiling sincerely. That's pity. I ignored my thoughts and smiled back. "Wanna talk?" he asked. I looked around, trying to find Itachi, only to find him with a certain brown-haired girl. Inner self is speechless. Huh? Oh, sure. I do need it. At a training place. You know, you can tell me anything, Mina. I already told him everything except some things. But I already told you everything. I tried to convince him. Really? I have known you, Mina-chan, for 2 years. I know that you're hiding something. Shisui smirked, arms on his hips. I sighed. If I tell him, I would be violating a law that Lord Third made. But it is Shisui. Okay, fine, I said. He then smiled. Just don't tell anybody, I warned him. I promise. He raised his right hand. I smiled and told him about everything. Shisui was very understanding. I'm blessed to have him as a friend. I'm currently walking home. I wasn't allowed to see Naruto today, which made me sad. Going up the stairs, finally at the door. I turned the doorknob and entered. It isn't the same as before. I miss them. Mama and Papa. Death is inevitable. Life is cruel. But as I look out of my bedroom window, life is just that things come and go. There's life and death. It's a cycle, a never-ending cycle. But why do good people have to die, and those who barely have any humanity left lives? It's so unfair. So unfair. Days later, strolling through the Uchiha compound, looking from left to right, houses were being rebuilt and debris was being removed. So much damage. I spotted a raven-haired boy I know. He's not with his parents. Normal Itachi. Itachi, I called. He turned around, revealing that he's bringing Sasuke with him. Maybe his parents are busy then. Mina-chan, what are you doing here? He asked. But I didn't pay much attention. I really want to carry his baby brother Sasuke. Huh? Yeah, I came here to visit you, I replied. Then asked rather excitedly, can I carry Sasuke? No. And how did you know his name? He replied. I already knew him before when we passed by Makoto-san a few days ago. And why not, Itachi? He might cry, he said. No, he won't. Please? I pleaded, reaching out, wanting to carry Sasuke. He agreed. Hi, Sasuke, I greeted, wiggling a finger in front of him. He laughs and grabs my finger with both of his little hands. I giggled. Aw, so cute. A surprised Itachi in front of me. Oh, he likes you? He said with a hint of jealousy. Why are you surprised? Is it the first time that Sasuke is being carried by someone else other than his family? I asked while still playing with Sasuke. Not really. It's that when people try to carry him, he would cry, he answered. Oh, I giggled. Are you still up for the adventure? I asked while giving back Sasuke. He smiled. Of course. 1 hour later, Itachi and I found a huge stone with the word shinobi carved into it. What does it mean to be a shinobi? What is a shinobi? We stared at the rock for like 5 minutes or so. Itachi? I called. Yeah? What does it mean to be a shinobi? I asked, 'cause it's bothering me. I wondered the same thing also, he replied. Great minds think alike. Maybe. About a minute of doing nothing, we continued our little adventure, until we found a field of flowers, and at the end of it is a cliff. We sat at the middle of the field. Luckily, there were only a few flowers and grass overpowering the area. We were taking a break and enjoying the view. A couple minutes after, I decided to lay down, my long red hair spreading all over the place. Thankfully, it's cloudy and a bit windy. The sky's so beautiful. It's so peaceful in here. I didn't notice that Itachi laid down beside me. Mina? May I ask, where's your brother? Unlike Shisui, Itachi knows a thing or two about the situation. Oh, he's with the caregiver in the hospital. Oh, what's his name? I looked at him without knowing that he's already staring at me. I blushed. We're so close. Set aside that. Answer his question. It's Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, I answered, looking away. You have different surnames. Yeah, it's to hide him from my father's enemies, specifically when he's... I stopped. Can I tell him? Can I trust him? When he's what? He asked. I looked back at him. Promise me you won't tell anyone? He nodded reassuringly. I tried to sense my surroundings, if someone was trying to spy on us. I'm still not good at it, unlike my father. Seems like no one's around us. Mina-chan? Oh, yeah. My brother is the Nine-Tails Chinchuriki. Itachi was shocked. With that, he bombarded me with questions. In the end, I told him everything, except me being one. A Chinchuriki. It was time to go home. The sun is setting, and it's getting dark. It's a long way back home. But before Itachi and I went separate ways, he called me. Mina-chan? I turned around to see him with a daisy in his hand. This is for you, as a thank you. He blushed, looking away. I took the flower. Why are you thanking me for? He's surprised. I should be the one thanking you, so thank you, Itachi. I smiled. He smiled back. He poked my forehead and said, See you later, Mina-chan. See you, I whispered as he ran back to his home. Chapter 7. Just only a year. 6 months later. It's early morning. Half of the village is already awake, and since that I'm not fully awake, I'll finish my homework. Why didn't I finish this yesterday? I changed my clothes, as it reminds me of my mother. Anything reminds me of my mother. Wearing a sleeveless kimono-style blouse that was yellow-orange in color and held closed with a blue obi over a long-sleeved mesh shirt with a pair of dark blue shorts and dark blue shinobi sandals. Grabbing all of my personalized kunais, I'm off to school. Hours later, boring as always, but at least to learn something new and then to listen to everything I already know. I sat beside a Hyuga. Her name's Armorisu, and it's in her name. She's so bashful, but I call her Mari-chan. And the boy next to me on the last column is an ignoramus. Not to be rude or anything. I thought he was smart, but in reality, he just looks smart. He competes himself with Itachi, which he doesn't stand a chance. Plus the fact that he called me weak and teases me with red bell pepper, it doesn't get me at all. It's really annoying. We went outside, having snacks and a break. After this, we'll have target practice. Thankfully, Shisui already taught me some useful tricks and aiming precisely on the bullseye. Mari, did you practice your aim? I asked. Oh, I did, but it wouldn't change the fact that I still suck at, she said sadly. She's always like this. It's okay, you'll get the hang of it, I reassured her. She smiled and said, Is he challenging Itachi? I turned around. He really wants to get embarrassed. And now he is. Typical. Hours later again, getting a bullseye and impressing my sensei, myself included. Good job, Minako, he said, making me smirk. But it didn't take a second. He diverts his attention to Itachi. This isn't the first though. You see, the actual competition is between Itachi and I. Well, I address it as competition. Friendly competition. Both of us have the highest scores in our class, being first and second, or in a tie, which I grew a sense of dislike towards Itachi because of that. But we are friends. Walking down the halls, I see a group of girls. Not an ordinary group of girls. The girls who are practically obsessed with Itachi. I swear, they're really annoying. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they hate me. Because I'm friends with Itachi. It's a pretty shallow reason, but why do they like Izumi? And what's special about Itachi anyways? He's just a cowardly, shrewd boy and nothing else. As I try to pass them without punching them right in the face, one stupid, I repeat, stupid girl tried to punch me while I was just passing by. What did I do to you? The next thing I know, she was on the ground. The girls around us were shocked and surprised, as usual. They always try to do this. They try to hurt me. What did I do to all of you that made all of you hate me? I asked calmly. None of them answered. Guilt was in the air. I sighed. Take her to the infirmary. I turned around and continued walking. That'll show them not to mess with me. 6 months later. Same old things, but a different day. Mina-chan, I heard that Itachi is going to graduate early, Mari said. His shadow clone was caught up in a fight. As if on cue, when his shadow clone was punched, teacher showed up. Small flashback. You've improved, Mina-chan, Shisui said. I nodded and smiled. Itachi? Did you use a shadow clone? I asked. Huh? Why do you ask? He replied. I just saw you with them on my way here. Oh, you saw, he responded. So it was a shadow clone then, I said. Yes, I have to go, he said, walking away. What's wrong with him? Already? Shisui said. I have something to do. He left. What's wrong with him? Shisui asked. I shrugged my shoulders. I don't know. Small flashback ends. We have been distant lately. Good for him, I said. We were just casually walking down the hall. Suddenly, 3 girls were in front of us, blocking our way. Then another 3 at the back of us. Then came their fellow group mates. It was those girls again. This time, they brought backup. Mina-chan? Mari-chan panicked. Damn. She wasn't meant to be a part of this. I could tell her to use Byakugan, but no, she's too kind. Scared, Minako? You should be, one girl said. Not too tough now, huh? Another said with a scowl. The girls prepared their fists. If I take them down, I would get in trouble. No, scratch that. We would get in trouble. As I looked to my left, I spotted an opening between the small waves of heads. If I could just move a little, perfect. This is what you get if you mess with us, one girl said. They really do hate me. Mari-chan, hold my hand, okay? I whispered. Okay. I threw the kunai straight through the opening. Now, let me just wait a few seconds for it to hit the wall. You can't even hit us, a girl maniacally laughed. Huh, getting cocky are we? I smirked. What did you say? A jet black-haired girl scowled. Bye. I teleported at the end of the hall, then took my kunai. Where are they? They disappeared. The group of girls were frantic. Mina-chan, how did you... Shoji-sensei cut her off. Minako? Shocked expression all over his face. Now I realized there were 3 teachers in the hall. Oh no. Am I in trouble? In the Hokage Tower? So she did it, huh? Are you sure? I was eavesdropping on them. Luckily, we weren't in trouble, but I don't know why they would make a big deal out of me knowing how to do a space-time ninjutsu. Wait, let me rephrase that. A pre-ninja kid did a space-time ninjutsu. Oh. Sometimes I'm just that slow. Okay, I heard someone said. Before the door opened, I stood straight, hoping they wouldn't suspect a thing. I entered the room, tension all over the place. Or is it just me? Hokage-sama. I bowed down. What space-time ninjutsu did you use? Danzo asked. I never liked him. I don't know why, though. The flying thunder god technique, I answered. And the people in the room gasped. Who taught you? He asked again. I looked down. My father? Then it settled then. Lord Third paused. I looked at him. What is going on? Namikaze Minako, you're graduating early. I was shocked. Is this even real? Oh, really? I said excitedly. Yes, Lord Third smiled. Thank you very much, I smiled. Chapter 8, Genin. It was the day when Masayuki-sensei will group us into 3. Now, I'm grouping all of you equally. Some in the class were disappointed. Let's start, he said. What team number is it? Team 6. Masayuki-sensei trailed off. When will my name be called? Itachi is in Team 2, along with a girl and a boy. I forgot their names though. Team 7 will be Akira Nara, Satoshi Suzuden, and Minako Namikaze. Team 7, eh? What a coincidence, I'm already with my teammates. They're also my seatmates. Akira, Minako, and Satoshi. Okay, you'll be back here to meet your assigned trainer/teacher. Understood? He clarified. Yes, Masayuki-sensei. An hour later, we were at the same training place in the forest. Why don't we start by introducing ourselves? I'll go first, then from right to left. Sensei? Satoshi raised his hand. Yes? Does it include our dreams, hobbies, likes, and dislikes? He said. Is he serious? Oh, well, sure. She actually agreed to that. I'm Natsumi Hyuga. I'll be your sensei till the tuning exams. My dreams? Well, it's for all of you to pass. Hobbies? I read books and knit. Well, I like plants and such, and dislike insects that crawl, she said. I'm speechless right now. It's my turn, Satoshi begins. I'm Satoshi Suzerain. My dream is to be the best taijutsu using ninja in Konoha. My hobbies include training and more training. I like to impress a certain someone and dislike people who underestimate me, he grinned. I'm next. Huh. Name's Minako Namikaze. Dream? I'd say to surpass my father's ability and to be known as the fastest kunoichi. Hobbies: eating, reading, and watering plants. Likes? Depends. Dislikes? War, I said calmly. Natsumi-sensei was a bit surprised. That was the stupidest thing ever. Name's Akira Nara. Dreams? I don't know. Hobbies? Sleeping, I guess. Likes? Depends. Dislikes? Anyone disturbs me while sleeping, he said. What even is this? It's the bell thing again. I don't know what it's called, but it's happening. If you want to have lunch, you must take these bells away from me. We nodded. This isn't my first time. Smirks. And to achieve the goal, you must have the intent to kill or injure me. Don't hold back. Understood? She said. Yes. She backs up to set the timer. Go. She vanished. Damn it. A shadow clone. Where is she? Satoshi asked. All of us look around. She's nowhere to be found. Wait, what did my father say about this again? The important thing in this activity is to have teamwork. Right now, you may not understand, but soon you will. That's right. Teamwork. I think it's best if we split up and find her so we can cover more ground, Satoshi suggested. No. Both of them looked at me. We should watch each other's backs, stay together, and fight him as a team, I said. Akira nodded, followed by Satoshi. We turned around, back to back. If we just locate her, Akira said. Cover me, I said. What are you gonna do? Satoshi replied. Find her. I backed up a little, placing myself between them. I closed my eyes and focused. I tapped the ground. Chakra must be somewhere... There! I threw a kunai at her, but she dodged it. That worked? Akira said sarcastically. I'm still in the middle of it. Shut up, at least I found her, I said. And now she's gone, he said. If I could punch him right now, I would. Oh, wait. I punched Akira on the shoulder, and then we were like cats and dogs. Hey, Satoshi said, which made us stop. All we need to do is find her again and... I cut Satoshi off. If you guys didn't know, she's from the Hyuga clan, I began. And... Akira said. And a disadvantage for us because she might use her Byakugan. This is Natsumi talking. She's a very smart girl. She already figured out my usage of the Byakugan. She is the 4th Hokage's daughter. I watched their every movement from in the top branch of a tree while still completely hidden from them. But I doubt it. She already spotted me before and my chakra. I almost made eye contact with her, then she vanished. I think she knows where I am. Akira head east while Satoshi went west. What are they planning? I turned my Byakugan off. Better go Fire style! Fireball jutsu! I turned around and quickly got off. And then I got greeted by a kick from Satoshi. I blocked it just in time, but it gave some time for Akira to possess my shadow. I can't move. Better use a substitution. Minako tried to take the bells, but I was already gone. This is Minako talking. Damn it. So close. Hours later. It was almost lunch, I think. We've been trying so much to get those bells. Luckily, we have one last plan. Moments later. Satoshi was distracting her while Akira and I waited for the right moment. My shadow clone was already ready. The throwing kunais everywhere technique worked without her noticing. I recently knew that the Byakugan has a small weak spot on the part where the neck connects with the head. If only Akira can fit his shadow possession jutsu without any notice. It's time. It's now or never. A few minutes later. We got the bells! Awesome! And in our first attempt, we got to eat our lunches and rested. Guess what? All of you passed, Natsumi-sensei announced. We celebrated. Officially a Genin. Tomorrow, we start our missions, she said excitedly. Yes! Satoshi overjoyed. Days later. Thankfully, we finished our mission early. As I promised to Makoto-san, I would help her while Itachi wasn't around. She was doing something while I was babysitting Sasuke. He was playing something, he was very fond of it. He was playing something and very fond of it, but kept looking at me as if to say that I was watching him at times and was having a good time like him. Makoto-san returned. Thank you so much, Minako, for helping. I think it's best for you to go home. It's almost sunset. She was almost like a mother to me. It's my pleasure to help you, Makoto-san. Also, thank you for the snacks. Goodbye. I bid farewell. Take care. Go home directly, okay? She said. I will. And I ran. I had to stop at Shisui's because I borrowed a book from him. Almost there, as I was jogging towards the end of the Uchiha compound, then I spot Fugaku-san and Itachi. I jogged towards them and bowed. Fugaku-san, Itachi-kun. Fugaku-san was a bit surprised. Lady Minako, he bowed. Fugaku-san, no need to bow, I said frantically. Mina-chan, why are you here? Itachi asked. Oh, I was helping Makoto-san do some cleaning and babysit Sasuke. Thank you for your help with my wife and son, Lady Minako, Fugaku-san thanked. It's my pleasure. I'm sorry, but I really have to go. Goodbye, Fugaku-san, Itachi-kun. They nodded as I began the jog. This is Itachi talking. I watched her leave. Oh, the book I borrowed from her. Mina-chan, I called her. Cue slow motion effects. She turned around slowly. I don't know why. I like her red hair. She's so pretty. Itachi-kun? I snapped back to reality. The book I borrowed from you, I trailed off. Just return it tomorrow, she said and goes full on running. Itachi, I heard my father call. What is happening to me? Seems like I keep on losing my words when I speak to her. It's also the same with Izumi. It might be nothing, but then again,